He was my best friend the moment I met him, and he is right now. And I know that we're going to be best friends, you know, in 50 years. And, you know, we're going to be these crazy old people watching our grandkids and having a good time. And I just hope that we're just as much in love then as we are now.
Felt a connection since we first met. Glad that I get to spend my life with him.
Kind of a funny story. I was managing Pivot Sports in the Pier Mosher Mall at the time, and one of my employees actually turned out to be one of Josh's best friends, and he kind of introduced us at kind of a Pivot kind of get together. And he was like, "Hey, you know, I know this nice guy," because I would always complain, you know, it's tough times in the dating world. So he was like, "I know this nice guy. Let me invite him, and maybe I'll like each other."
He asked me one night if I was off. I was like, yeah. He's like, well, we got a party going on and there's somebody I want to introduce. Well, okay. I was talking about, like, man, is she hot? Yeah, it's pretty hot. And then I ended up going to that party or whatever, and I met her then, and we just hit it off.
The day we met was quite an interesting one. We met at this party, and Josh drank way too much. I don't know if he was his nerves or whatnot, but long story short, I babied him while he threw up on the side of his truck one night. So that next day, he texted me. He was like, "Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I'm so embarrassed."
We went out, like, after that, I got her phone number and everything, and we ended up talking all the next day, and I invited her out for dinner.
Crazy me, I'm like, I should be running the other way because this guy just spent the whole first night that I met him puking his guts out. But I was like, no, okay, let me go on a date. So we went on a date. Our first date was at TGI Fridays, and we went and saw Thor.
Because we both met at the place, because, I mean, we're still new to each other and everything, so she had to know how to take me first, make sure I wasn't no stalker type or anything. And then I walked her to her car, and before she left, I gave her a hug and a kiss before she left.
Our first kiss, it was one of those things where it's like, I knew it was coming the whole night, and you feel like awkward towards the end of the night, but it was a good first kiss.
Pretty relaxed. I mean, we connected on everything. Conversation never stopped, so it was nice. Probably about a month and a half in. It was actually at a Jason Aldean concert, and we were enjoying the concert or whatever, and she turned to me and said, "I love you," and bam, I'm like, well, yeah, it just instant.
Obviously, you know, life happens and everything happens for a reason. But it was one of those things, you know, we always knew we were going to get married, and Corbin coming, it wasn't the reason we got married, but it was kind of a push. Like, we want that official family. There was so much pressure. You know, I knew it was coming, and he'd ask, like, well, what kind of rings do you like? And I tell him, but one day we went to lunch, and it was just kind of a surprise. He was like, let's go look at rings. And he made me pick out my own ring, which I'm so glad. You know, it would have been nice just to, like, have it bought, and he would have bought me something so crazy that I wouldn't have loved.
We were in Shreveport one day, and I was just like, hey, let's go look at rings. And we went and looked at some, and she wasn't expecting me to get nothing right there, and she picked one out that she liked and whatever, and I whipped out the card, and she was like, wow. But I didn't give it to her then. I waited. She knew it was coming, but she didn't know when.
And he wouldn't give it to me. I knew that he had it, but he was like, no. He was like, I do have to officially propose. So he waited.
And the anticipation. That way she knew that there was a chance that I still might not ask, so just still leave it on a surprise level.
We waited about a week, and Sunday, after we got it, right before church, he got down on me and he proposed to me.
It was, well, I tried to get her to go out the night before and go to dinner with me, and she didn't want to, wasn't feeling up to it. I ended up proposing It was at the house. It was between us, but I ended up proposing before church one morning. And proposed to her then. She teared up, started crying, said yes. And we got to go celebrate with everybody at church. Whole 9 yards.
You know, our relationship's so confusing, and it's one of those things that I don't think a lot of people get it, but we're so in sync and we just click, you know, we joke around and we kid, and it's one of those things, like I said, you know, people don't get it unless you're around us all the time, but it's truly, he's my best friend. We can joke and we can be so mad at each other for 2 seconds, and then he just gives me this little Josh look, and I can't be mad at him. Like, I can't. And he knows it, and I guess that's why he tries to annoy me, is because he knows, like, he can do whatever he wants, and I can't stay mad at him.
Well, there's always things that annoy certain people about her. But, I mean, sometimes she has a little bit less patience with me than most people. I could be pretty annoying sometimes.
Sometimes it drives me nuts, and the things that I love about him are the same things that I just can't stand sometimes, and I guess it's because of that. He does like little things here and there where I swear, like, I tell him, like, you're trying to, I mean, he's like, no, like, you wouldn't think that I loved you if I didn't do things like that, and I guess it's so true. My favorite things about Josh, he's just fun. He's just a big goofball. I mean, he's a kid at heart, and I love that about him. You know, obviously when we met, you know, it was one of those things, we never knew we'd get married or have a baby, and he's such a good dad because of it.
She's a really good mother. The best I've ever seen, in my opinion. I'm not around a whole lot, but I mean, she's always there for him, always takes care of him. Even whenever I'm working, she won't even wake me up to help her or anything. Made it a complete family and everything. I mean, we had a dog to begin with, so he was kind of our son. But bringing him into the picture, it's a completely different story, and it just makes it all that much better. She's always been an independent person, and she continues to be that way. I mean, she relies on me a lot more now, but she's still got that independent feel to her. I've always enjoyed that. I love her, and it's never going to stop. Always have, always will. Even when she pisses me off, I'm still going to love her.